Hello and welcome to the Stretching a Dollar for Entrepreneurs show. I am your host and author, Lisa Sims, and happy Monday to you. I am excited to be with you on this Monday. I hope you are looking forward to a great week, and I know I am, and I'm looking forward to a great show today. And I want to always start with a question. What are some skills that you think that every entrepreneur should have in order to be successful? And so keep those in your mind because that's today's topic. We are going to be discussing 5 key skills every entrepreneur needs to be successful. And before we jump into today's topic, I want to just let you know that we are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. I believe that's it for the moment. But you can watch us live and also you can listen to the podcast via any podcast directory. And so we are going to go ahead and jump into today's topic. And as I was preparing for the show, I was thinking to myself, looking back over my time with the IT mechanic, as I said, that has taught me a lot and has really helped me going forward with Lisa Teach Me. And so I thought about the skills that I developed back then that I have brought forward to Lisa Teach Me. And, being an entrepreneur, as I have said, and as you know, is a very, very stressful situation sometimes, and it's not for the faint at heart when you make that decision to give up your paycheck to do entrepreneurship full time, or maybe you decide, hey, I'm gonna keep my full time job and I'm going to do side hustle or whatever the case may be. It's still scary for you to be able to do because it requires, number one, time, and it requires a lot of effort. And so, if you're doing it full time, like I did when I started the IT mechanic, I had just gotten fed up and maybe I should have took a breath before I did it and quit my full-time job and just dive straight on in. But, neither here nor there. I learned some valuable lessons throughout the process. And so I learned some skills. And so I want to kind of share those skills with you that I think will help you to be successful. Well, actually, I know they will help you to be successful. And the first skill that every entrepreneur needs, and it's really more, I'd say a trait more so than a skill, is you need motivation. And motivation will keep you going when you don't have any clients. Money is not coming into your business as you would like it to. And things sometimes just don't seem like they're going the way they should. You need some motivation. And motivation will encourage you to keep going, and it will inspire you to just not give up. And so you have to be self motivated. I know I am self motivated. For example, doing the Stretching a Dollar for Entrepreneurs show. Who wants to get up at 4:30 in the morning? And not too many people, but I will, I roll out of the bed. Sometimes I sit on the side of the bed, but I am motivated to get up, set up, and give you the best that you can get out of me early in the morning. And so that takes motivation, a lot of motivation. And so you have to be motivated because things are not always going to go as you plan. It's good to have a plan, but we have to realize sometimes the best made plans can go astray, and you still have to be able to stay motivated. So whatever you use to stay motivated, I like inspirational quotes. I create playlists, musical playlists on my iPhone. I like motivational messages. Whatever it is that you like, that gets you pumped up and keeps you going, that's what you're going to have to do, because the life of an entrepreneur is not easy. If so, everybody would do it. But not everyone does. And so you have to be motivated, because I know when I had started the IT mechanic, I didn't have a client, didn't know where to get a client from, didn't know where the client was coming, but I had to stay motivated to keep going and not go back and get my job. Well, I didn't want to get my job anyway, but you know what I mean. Go and get another job. And so the motivation is very important. And so everybody needs to be kind of self motivated. And it's good to have people cheering for you, but you got to be able to cheer for yourself when those people that are cheering for you kind of disappear. They're not available when you need them to be. So you have to be able to be your own voice of motivation. And so motivation is at the top of the list. And the second skill, trait, however you want to say it, that you need is creativity. You need to be a creative person, and you need to be able to come up with something that is, in this day and age with social media, when you think about it, everything, when you look at things, you say, well, everything's kind of been done. Well, there's really nothing that's completely original, but you can put your own spin on things. And so you just have to be able to look at things through a different lens or different glasses, however you want to say it, and come up with a unique angle on it. And so being creative is one of those skills that you need to be able to have. And I notice about myself, I do have that particular trait. I can look at something and I can look at it from different angles and come at it and present it in a way that might not, most people might not think of. And so you need to be able to do that too with your product or service, because you need to be able to stand out. And creativity will help you to be able to do that. Now, if you just go along with everybody else, then you're just picture a aquarium with goldfish in it, and they're all the same color. Well, nobody's really going to notice you, but if you do something unique, then you start to stand out. And so you don't want to blend in with everyone else. You want to be able to stand out, and creativity helps you to do that. And there's courses online that you can take for free at like Allison.com and places like that, where you can actually work on your creativity. Now, it is a blessing to be a creative person, to be able to see things from a different light. And so I've been this way since a kid, and my parents would always tell me, if anybody can think of something creative, it's you. And so I kind of feed off of that now, since I'm an adult. And so it's like, hey, use it to your advantage. Creativity can take you further sometimes than having all the knowledge in the world, because sometimes, even though you're knowledgeable, sometimes we can overthink things. And so, but creativity, you just kind of, you think about it, and you think about it in a creative way, and then you just kind of go for it. And so I want you to develop those creative juices and think about things differently. And so inspiration is around you everywhere on social media. And just look at some of the people that you follow. What is it about them that makes you follow them? What are some of their creative traits, and kind of borrow from them? But the whole point of the matter is, I want you to be creative, because it will help you to be successful. The third skill that every entrepreneur needs is resilience. And you need to be able to just kind of bounce back from rejections. And when things don't go your way, this kind of goes hand in hand with motivation. But you really have to be resilient, because As I said, the life of an entrepreneur is not easy. And so you have to be able to roll with those punches. And sometimes it just seems like if it's not one thing, it's another. And you just got to be able to bounce back from that. And I know from the IT mechanic from those days, I know I would think I have a client lined up, and the next thing you know, they decide to go with someone else. And so, you can't dwell on that. You can't have the pity party. Oh, why me? Oh, I should have stayed with my job. Oh, oh, oh. No, you can't. You got to keep going and say, okay, well, I just got to bounce back and find the next client. And so things happen. That's life. If we had it all figured out, then we wouldn't need faith. We wouldn't need to do any of the stuff that we're doing, but we don't. So you have to just be resilient and just kind of take it as it comes. And so, but just realizing that, hey, things are going to come up, and there's going to be some things that a lot of things that are beyond your control, but there are things that are in your control that you can control and do those things. So, resiliency is a must. It really is. And then the fourth skill that you need flexibility. Have you ever seen people who are just so rigid and just are not flexible at all? I have. And so it is very, very difficult when you have to kind of deal with people who are inflexible. But I want you to be flexible because you have to be. As I said, life is unpredictable. Your business is unpredictable. You have to be able to be flexible and roll with it. And you got to be able to just not get all caught up in the way that you are. And I am a structured person, believe it or not. I am structured, and I like to follow a schedule, and I like things to go a certain way. But at times I realize things can't. And at those times I am flexible. And so you have to be that way as well. And particularly when you have kids and you're trying to run a business, or you're working full time doing a side hustle, you got a million hats on your head and you don't know who you are at any given moment or what hats you have on. That has happened to me. So you have to be flexible. And so you got to roll with it. I know, for example, now with the IT mechanic, I was flexible because number one, I didn't have any children at the time. So I had all the flexibility in the world. But now that I have kids, I really, really have to be flexible because I have to plan my work day around their schedules. And so they've got baseball practice, we've got school, I've got work, I have meetings, I have podcasts to record, videos to record, you name it. So I have to be flexible. And as we all know, when you have small kids, you really can't record anything during the day. So I am flexible, and I have learned how to be a night owl, and I'll stay up later in the night or early morning, however you want to say it, and I do what I need to do then. But you just have to be flexible. You can't say, okay, well, at 8 o'clock, I'm going to do this no matter what. Well, no, sometimes things happen, and so you just gotta be flexible and roll with it. And so flexibility takes you a long way, and it helps with your stress level. If you didn't listen to the show earlier this month about reducing your stress, I would highly encourage you to do that, because inflexibility also leads to more stress than it needs to be. So if you can be flexible, it helps reduce your stress tremendously. And so I would highly encourage you to do that as well. All right. And our fifth key skill that every successful entrepreneur needs is time management. Oh, do we need it? You need to be able to manage your time. You need to be able to work smarter and not harder. And with all the technology that we have available at our fingertips, it is easier than ever to be able to do that. And so you have to know how to utilize your time efficiently. And because as an entrepreneur, no better time has this phrase really applied than to entrepreneurs when it says time is money. And it is because you don't have time to waste. You don't have time to overthink something. You can't just keep saying, I'm going to do it and not do it. You have to do it. And so, time management is essential if you are going to be a successful entrepreneur. And so, however you work, you need to realize when you are the most productive. For me, that is early in the morning and up until about 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Anything after that is going to be hit or miss because my energy level is going to drop tremendously. I'm not as sharp as I am, and so I try to plan all the things that I need during that time period because I know I can knock it out and move on to the next thing. Now, things happen and then I can't really do what I need to do during that time frame, and that's fine. But for the most part, I try to work when I am at my peak performance, and I would encourage you to do that as well. Know when you are most productive, when you can get things done, and then utilize your phone. I live by my phone. I put reminders on my calendar to pop up so that I know and so that I can stay focused, and I encourage you to do that as well. And then I have a running to do list in my mind, and I'm sure you do as well. And so, whatever you tools you use to keep you organized, just make sure that you use them and you refer to them often because time is our greatest asset. And the thing about time is it is finite. Once you use it, it's gone. You can't get it back. So you want to utilize it to the best of your ability. And so I try to do as much as I can during those times when I know that I can get it done. And then as a bonus, I would say marketing skills are a must. And I'm going to address something that I know many entrepreneurs kind of struggle with, and that's kind of self promotion. And so, a lot of times, people, when they're putting their messages on social media, may kind of shy away and say, "Well, I don't want to." I don't want to put it out there right now or put something else out there because people will get tired of me. So who cares? Who cares? That's the part of marketing. You need people to remember you. So don't worry about people saying, "Oh, I see you on social media all the time." That means, hey, it's working. Your marketing is working. Don't worry about what people say. You do you. And don't let those people tell you what to do. That the reason I'm talking about, I used to be one of those people that worried about that, but now I don't care. And so I'm telling you to not care and market yourself, promote yourself, promote your products and your services. I don't care how many times a day you do it. You need to do it so that you can become top of mind to people, and when they see you, they feel like they made a connection with you. Don't let these people tell you, "Oh, I see you again on social media." So I'm off my soapbox with that. I'm off my soapbox with that one, but you get the point. Self promotion and marketing is essential to your business. And so, in order to generate more business, you got to put yourself out there and you got to let people know, hey, I'm here. And so, once you do that, then you can generate more interest in your business. And so I just want you to do that. And so those are kind of like my top 5 key skills that every entrepreneur needs to be successful. And there's many more, but those are the main ones that I wanted to present to you today. And so I hope these get you to thinking and really help you to be the great entrepreneur that I know that you can be. And as I said, being an entrepreneur is a hard it's hard. It's hard, but you can do it and you will do it. And you have to tell yourself you're going to do it. And so positive self-talk goes a long way. I do it every day and I hope you do it as well. And so, with that, I am going to go ahead and get out of here. As I said, with time management, hey, I utilize my time efficiently, and I hope you do too. And so, be on the lookout for new shows next month. Can you believe it's May? It's going to be May already. Where did April go? Wow. Any case, join me next month. We're going to have all new shows, and if you would like to be a guest on the Stretching a Dollar for Entrepreneurs show, visit our website, stretchingyourcash.com, and click on the Be My Guest link. And whatever your topic is, it needs to pertain to the theme of this show, which is Stretching a Dollar for Entrepreneurs, and be able to talk about it for 20 to 30 minutes. If you can do that, fill out that form. I will be in contact, and you can also fill out the form on our Facebook page, which is Stretching a Dollar as well. And so don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube as well. And so I hope you have a great week, and I hope you apply many of these skills that we talked about today. And I am looking forward to May and the May episodes. And if you missed any of the April episodes, go ahead and check those out. And so until our next show, I want you to be blessed and continue to stretch a dollar in your business and continue to strive to be the best that you can be. Take care.